the Black Knights ready to kick it away first. And he's not going to take the touchback. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Brown will throw it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. On the ground, it's Ncaa. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Wide receiver going in motion. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Movement on the offense will push them back a bit. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make first downs. 1st and 15 here.
Red 18, red 18, move.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that.
Great, here we go. By 53.
They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Running through contact. They bring him down. A big gain on the option, and they will challenge your ability to tackle in space.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I'll tell you what, Jesse, one thing we know is that guy's got an arm, because he just threw that thing probably with everything he had, and he missed. You got to do a good job as a quarterback of understanding who I'm leading, who I'm throwing the football to, how much speed they have, and right there you could tell that was a big miss.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Going to try to get it himself. Maybe some room here. Flies to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
The Black Knights will have it 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Back to throw, it's Washington. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking for a crease, it's Stanton. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. A strike downfield. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling. And the Black Knights, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll throw it from the red zone. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's the pressure. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down, and likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. They'll move the wide receiver. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Under fire. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, how about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
Fires quickly. Shakes off the defender. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to...
Here's a little room there. Inside the... And he scores! Touchdown, Auburn!
That's a nice job by the offense there in their 2nd drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Pretty good job on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Off the play fake. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Looking for a man. It's Washington. Quickly to the tight end. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead as we get a look at the numbers so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. The run inside. It's Stanton. Could be an alley. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
There's so many guys on this offense that can hurt you for explosive plays. You saw a huge gain there coming on the ground.
And the defense sort of, at some point, a couple of guys said, yeah, I'm not going to catch him. Let me just coast on in on this one.
You've got to make the first attempted tackle. If you don't get this guy down on the ground right away, you better have lots of bodies running towards him because he will kill you with his speed.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to adjust the pattern. Run in the red zone. It's Stanton. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Man, this D's going to have to find some answers, guys. I mean, you've seen it. This offense has moved the ball down the field, done what they want. Now first and goal situation. Who cares about the yards? Like, step up right here. Try to force them into a fourth down. Try to make them kick it.
Ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And hold on just a minute. This is a big turnover, but there is a flag down, and I don't think it's going to stand. The Black Knights have it with a first and goal. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. And the offense will take that penalty and move a little bit closer. And that just drives you crazy as an offense to get down there, get that first and goal, and you got to back up and make it a little harder. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back the pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards. Makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up early down play for this QB.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we got third.
Now after the misfire, it leaves them with third and goal from the 3. Makes the catch. And that's good for the completion percentage and bad for the yardage. They lose ground on that one.
Nice job by the defense there on that RPO play on third down. They didn't bite on the run fake. They were anticipating the offense throwing the football, so they laid back, made the tackle, and now they set up fourth down.
Fourth and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying out there. A gutsy move by this ball club. Might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield, it's Washington. He wants it all. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He's at the 40. Past the 20.
talk about a turn of events. 4th and goal. The defense is able to step up. They're not just going to swat this thing away, force the incompletion and get the offense back on the field. No, they're picking it off, and they're taking it all the way back for a touchdown. If they win this game, you're going to point back to that play right there as the play that made the difference.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Black Knights offense will go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Takes a hit as he fires. Finds the big tight end. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
And that second down completion was anything but helpful. Threw it in reverse, and now it's 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Washington. He's going for it all. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
Trying to run, it's Stanton. And he's in! Touchdown, Black Knights!
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but he found a couple of cracks in that cover team and gets it out to the 43. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Right back to the well. Powers through the defender. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
I think the coaches sort of got together and decided, hey, on this drive, we're going to establish the run. We're going to be more physical. First 2 plays of the drive are run plays, and both have had success. The players have gotten the message very, very clearly. We have got to come out here, and we've got to win the line of scrimmage.
They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit them with a big run, now they hit them with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
Going to the run, it's Ncaa. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Auburn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Dropping back, it's Washington. Pressure coming. And they got him.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Looking long. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man on the right. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, welcome in to our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin with Florida Atlantic taking on the Navy Midshipmen. And it's the Owls with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team.
He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit.
This will push them to 2-0 on the season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking left. Makes the grab. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. On the option. He'll pitch it. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
To the air, it's Washington. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And if you're going to win games, you've got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Stanton. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
And man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play, like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards and good things are...
Got it! Touchdown, Army! And here they come almost all the way back.
so many times the safeties tell the tape, and that's what QBs are studying and reading, and he drops back, and you can tell he sees his receiver coming from the right side, and he knows exactly where he's going to end up at that post, pushes the ball down the field for the big play, got the safety out of position, made the big touchdown throw.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Pulls it in. It's Nimrod. Reaches into the bag of moves and finds his way up to the 31. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Brown wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Nimrod. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Picked off. Trying to take it back. The 40. At the 30. Running inside the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Black Knights!
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way.